Jay here for Stretford Paddock. Manchester United out of the FA Cup in the semi-final stage, losing 3-1 at Wembley to Chelsea. With me is Mr. Stephen Howson. Steve, well, that was a bit crap, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think, let's get this out of the way, right? I don't think the selection was right. I think I called it wild before the kick-off. Also, changing the formation, I did agree with that, to be honest. I think they're running for a bus. I agreed with the reasoning behind changing the formation, and I think you could see the reason for it, which is Chelsea's press, which was good from Chelsea, fair play to them, and our three at the back mitigated that. The problem with the three at the back was that we had no midfield, or no foothold in midfield, and we had no quality in the final third, which meant whenever the ball went up there, Marcus was either getting on it and then he had no options around him, or Dan James was getting on it and he had no ability to hit it into Marcus Rashford, or Marcus Rashford was double and triple marked because he's the only threat that was up there. Bruno was getting on the ball around the halfway line, which is not where Bruno's effective. Bruno's effective on the edge of the box. That's where he's dangerous. And we saw the switch when we actually did bring on Pogba and we did go into our usual 4-3-3. The players actually looked more comfortable doing that, despite the fact that was where all the mistakes and all the errors came, because it was actually 0-0 while it was a three at the back. And it's a fucking nightmare because you go, right, I don't want to blame a referee because it always looks like sour grapes following a game when you blame a referee that you haven't won. But the referee was shit. And the referee had a big say in this game. You know, at one point it was 3-0. I was out down at the ref, right? And as I said in the opening second of this video, the selection wasn't right and none of the players were good. So I'm not saying that's the only reason that we lost, but we have to talk about this. Martial goes through. He gets absolutely fucking balloon-skid from Zuma. Mike Dean is in the shot. The camera angle from behind, Mike Dean, I am looking down Mike Dean's eye line. He sees him get launched. He leaves it because he thinks maybe a penalty. But we get fucked there because of the VAR rulings. The VAR rulings is penalty or red card or just fucking play on. Well, that's not right, is it? You've had to stop the play to look at this. Why can't you award a free kick there now? One, we're not bad at free kicks. Two, why isn't it a red card though? He's the last man. That's a Tony Marshall on the edge of the 18-yard box, one-on-one with the keeper. You can't tell me that's not a goal-scoring opportunity. So either the rules or the interpretation of the fucking rules are wrong. But Mike Dean should have had a bit of fucking bottle. And he should have been that much on top of the game where he sees that it's a free kick or he sees that it's a cardable offence and he awards it without needing to go to VAR, which then restricts what you can fucking give. Because my fear about when VAR was coming in, I'm a rugby league fan. The issue I saw with the video ref that happened in rugby is that run-of-the-mill decisions that a referee just makes, it's in the back of the head that I can just leave that, and if I'm wrong, the computer will get it for me. But what happens then is it changes the dynamics of the game, especially when there's rules and restrictions about what you can actually look at and what you can actually do following a video decision that's been made. So it changes the fucking whole flow of football. And that was my issue with VAR when it was coming in. And that's proven to be the case with VAR. And for all the opposition fans that are like, United have had more fucking decisions overturned, I generally think VAR gets the decisions right. The interpretation of the rules around VAR, I don't agree with. And United have benefited and been outdone by that offside thing and 1 millimetre here and there. You're not supposed to look at that sort of stuff. I generally don't think that it's got a wrong decision when it looks at the stuff, though. My issue with VAR is that it changes the dynamic of the game when you go to it. They don't go to everything. And that, it just,
Yeah, I get what you're saying about VAR, but, and I don't want to make this all about Mike Dean. I'll ask you one more question about him.
And.
Probably going to take the words out of my mouth.
Yeah, right, yeah, because I'm fucking fuming about this. 21 fucking fouls.
That's where I was going.
To 8, only one player got booked. And it looked like a fucking dive as well.
Paul Pogba getting booked.
I'm absolutely fucking flabbergasted at that. Absolutely fucking flabbergasted at that. That is beyond defendable. Beyond defendable. So you go, is it sour grapes? Yes, it is. Right? I ain't fucking saying I'm not sour. Of course I'm fucking sour. I've just watched my team lose an opportunity to go and win some silverware, which I always say, this is what football's about. It's about going and winning things. It's not about getting fourth. It's about winning fucking things. I don't ever remember going to a parade for getting into the Champions League. We go to parade. Do you know what? I've been to about 3 parades in my life. It's such a run-of-the-mill thing for United fans to win trophies that you just like, well, we didn't win them all, so like, fuck it, we're not going. United should be winning trophies. We had a great opportunity today to go and win a fucking trophy, or to at least put ourselves in a final against fucking Arsenal. If you would have chosen any team to face in a final, it's fucking Arsenal, innit? And now we're not even getting that opportunity because we as players didn't step up, we as a management team didn't step up, and Mike Dean's a fucking cunt.
Right, all that aside, and I agree with everything you've said, especially the Mike Dean part, and we can pick out individual players, but in a group, your experienced players, David De Gea, Harry Maguire, Nemanja Matic, yes, you can have maybe question Brandon or Wan-Bissaka and those players, but for me, our experienced players today just weren't at the races at all.
No, you're looking at, I mean, Harry Maguire, I didn't like Harry Maguire being the captain in his first season. That's a strange one for me. Captain should always be someone that's got some sort of affinity at a club. But you look around that dressing room, we ain't exactly fucking stacked with options in that, are we? So I can understand the reasons for it. I think he might have been concussed. No, still don't know what's happened to Eric Bailly, right? But for whatever happened to Eric Bailly, it hit Harry Maguire as hard. He needed treatment as well. He was down for a long time. And I've got to say, following that, there was some weird decisions from Harry Maguire. And we're dealing with the 1% here, aren't we? We're dealing with 0.5% reaction time, 0.5% on the finish is what changes a game. And Harry Maguire, for me, following that, and arguably even before that, looked a bit off it. Lindelof looked a bit off it. De Gea's got to be better. I mean, and that's your experience. What's your other experience? Brandon Williams, he let the side down a little bit today. He made a mistake that arguably led to a goal. Wan-Bissaka had a couple of easy opportunities. Paul Pogba spreading it out to him, and he's just lets it go out for a throw-in. Matic had a couple of squirrely moments. Fred had a couple of squirrely moments. Bruno was ineffective. Obviously managed to get on a score sheet again because he's just fucking top, but like again largely ineffective. Rashford was ineffective. Dan James was ineffective. Paul Pogba looked good when he came on. Was ineffective. Like Ighalo came on, ineffective. Like, is this a tiredness issue? And I seen on the review you guys was talking about that extra 48 hours. Is that why we lost? No. Is it a factor? Maybe. And I got no issue with that. You have to play in the order you come. The season starts then and it ends then, and whatever games you've got to fill in, you fill in a minute. If we get a shorter rest this week, we had a better rest prior to that. So it does even itself out over the season. And if it doesn't, well, you're in loads of competitions. I understand the need to rotate and to rest players because certain players did look dead out on their feet last week. But we haven't got the depth to effectively do it. So on one hand, I understand the need to just keep pressing ahead and see what we get. And on the other hand, I see the need to rotate. Maybe we're just not that fucking good.
Just finally, Leicester lost today, obviously. Are we getting top 4?
Yes, I thought we was going to fuck both the cups and get top 4, so I'll stick with that.
Top 4, still not all doom and gloom. United out of the FA Cup. That's been Stephen Howson. I've been Jay. This has been Stretford Paddock. Don't forget to hit subscribe, like and share. Thanks for watching.